Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to Lord Games. My name is Alvin. Robin Hood is back. We are playing red-green versus the Clarabelle blue-green deck. We're also splashing a bit of Clarabelle into our deck just for the draw power. Deck list will be posted here. Also, leave a like, comment, smash that subscribe button if you guys enjoy this type of content. Having that said, let's jump straight into the video. We're on the draw for this one. We have nothing spicy. Ideally, we want to see the one-drop Diablo, but we do have the Cove. I threw the Cove in there because Robin Hood kept being sniped, and also the Diablo kept getting sniped by Brawls and the 3-drop Sisu from red. Our opponent has a very strong start with the Sisu, or with the Tipo. Talking about Sisus is like dreadful. And he also starts with the Fishbone Quill. Very, very strong. One jump ahead, ramps even further. So he's currently at 4 ink, 5 inking the bell, 6 inking that mystery card. Since he's inking so aggressively, I think he has the Clarabelle line. We use Hypnotic Reduction. We see the top 3 cards. We put 2 back at the top of the deck in any order. I kind of fumbled this card last time. I put the 2 cards in the bottom of the deck when it should have been the top. Diablo comes down and we shift immediately because he has the Clarabelle. We need less cards in our hand because when she comes down, he's gonna draw until he has the same amount of cards in hand that we do. And we're currently at 4. So that is gonna be a 4-card draw, which is crazy. He draws into the Flavor Sham. I also see a Under the Sea. We ink the big Clarabelle. We play the You Welcome. So giving him the 2 draws is fine. Getting that body off the board makes the most sense here. Just because he can quill away his hand, play cards, and then redraw with the Clarabelle. Plus the Clarabelle's a 5/6 body, quest for 2, so she's very strong. We don't want to keep her on the board. We have our draw engine Diablo on board. He plays the Muses. I have a feeling he's gonna bounce it back to the deck or to my hand with the Muses. Oh, there's the You're Welcome. Okay, so it's going back to the deck. We draw 2 cards, which is okay. I mean, I'd rather have the Diablo on board, but we do get an additional 2-card draw. Our hand is heavy with uninkables, which is probably something I'm gonna have to check in on and revise with my deck list. By the way, let me know what you guys think of me taking out the Prince Johns and putting in the Clarabelles plus the mini Clarabelles in the deck. I do like the draw power and I do like the body, the Clarabelle body. It's very strong. All right, we play another Diablo. We put him in the Cove, so he's now a 3/3. The only way he can bounce it is through another You're Welcome or a Mother's Knows Best. So he is running those songs. Inks the card. Don't tell me he's gonna play another one. Oh, thank God. I thought he was gonna drop another Clarabelle. Like, no. We have 2 Dragonfires, a Genie, and a Clarabelle. The 3-drop that draws you a card if your opponent has more cards than you do in hand. I'm testing out the Genie. We'll see if we keep it around. It is kind of a bummer that he's uninkable, but being invasive, 3/4 stat line, and quest for 2 seems pretty strong. He plays another Clarabelle, so she's gonna be tough to deal with, unless we play the Dragonfire, which I think we should here. We bounce it back. So I figured we set him back in tempo. We get the Genie online in case we need to sing We Forgot About Bruno, or we don't talk about Bruno, which we have in hand. So I wanted to get the body able to sing, but I feel like it doesn't make too much sense to play the Clarabelle here because he has more cards in hand and he doesn't have the Fishbone Quill anymore, so he can't dump his hand into the inkwell. So a Genie might have been the move. Let me know what you guys think. And we have the big Diablo on board to draw some cards. They both take out our Cove. He plays the one jump, and then that way he can bounce my Diablo back to hand, resetting and setting me back in tempo, which is very good. A very good line, getting rid of the Cove first. Okay, back to us. Let's see, what do we got? We see a Robin Hood 4-drop, the one which quests and looks at the top 4 cards of your deck, and you can play an action for free. I don't know if we play, maybe we do. Oh, we Dragonfire his Hiram. Since he's not playing the Clarabelle, and the Clarabelle is not gonna do much drawing here, the Flavor Sham draw engine is gonna put him ahead way more. At this point, Clarabelle's just a big body. She's not really doing much drawing unless he figures out a way to empty out his hand and beef up my hand count, which he can easily do with this card here. You're welcome. Okay. So now we're gonna draw into a bunch of cards, 2 cards, and the Genie's back in our deck. At least he didn't get bounced. Okay, we're stacked, and he ended up drawing a lot of cards. That does set us behind a little bit. Now I'm thinking I should have Dragonfired the Clarabelle, a long time ago. Now his hand is stacked. He has a lot of songs to bounce. He has the big Mufasa to close out the game. And I decided to snipe that because it is inkable. Might have been incorrect. We'll find out later in the game. I ink. So at this point, I guess there's no way to really dump my hand because most of my cards are uninkable and high cost. We do have a Genie in hand. I'm doing a lot of math here, just counting it out. Okay, we drop the Genie, we put the cow back in his hand. We wanna set him back in tempo. Plus she quests for 2, strong body. We don't want her on the board. He has enough ink to play out the Mufasa and something else. So he goes for the bell. I think he is going the Mufasa route. He has plenty of ink to play him out. Okay, he goes for the dime. Quest for 1, quest for 2, or Muses sings Mother Knows Best to bounce the Genie back to my hand. Not terrible, but I do wish I had the Genie on board. Our hand has a Pirate's Life, the Robin Hood 4 cost, and we don't talk about Bruno. He ends up inking the Clarabelle, so he gave up on that draw engine. Plus he's so far ahead with cards in his hand. We have plenty of ink to play out the Dragonfire, and we have 3 ink left. Do we ink something? We have a Maui, but I don't think the Maui is gonna do much. I wanted to clear the bell because that means 10, 11 lower on board his next turn, and that's basically game. We don't want that yet. We want to keep fighting. I hope the Robin Hood sticks. I doubt he's gonna let him stick on the board. He has plenty of songs to sing. And the Muses, which bounce him back. That poor Robin Hood, it's playing against this deck and red-blue, he never pops off. It's like against red-blue, they snipe him with the Sisu, with the little Sisu, the Brawl. And against this deck, he just gets bounced back by the Muses and other stuff. We have a Maui, the Genie, the Bruno, and the Diablo in hand. We're gonna have to set him back in tempo again, probably dropping the Genie, because I think he plays out the Mufasa this turn. I'm really thinking that out. Tough one. Okay, so he ends up bouncing that back. I missed it. I missed how he bounced the Teeple back. Okay. I think he was trying to take it back. Okay, so yeah, he plays the Tipo. He plays the Mother Knows Best, which bounces, and does he use Muses to bounce one of his cards back? No. Okay, here's the Mufasa. Big Mufasa. Now he's gonna draw into 2 cards from his inkwell. We're just gonna pick him out in the middle. We definitely have to put the Mufasa back into his hand, because that's gonna be 8, 9 lower on his turn, and 1 more turn and that's game. So that big 4 lore swing means trouble. Now the question is, how do we deal with the Mufasa for now? We don't have any hard removal like Dragonfire, but we do have the Genie to at least bounce him. And if Genie survives, we can play the Bruno, or we can sing the Bruno with him. But I'm thinking he's just gonna play big character. Oh, he has the Quill, so now he can play 2 ink per turn. So if he ends up playing the Mufasa, he can ink for turn, ink with Quill, then dime. I don't think he wants to ink the Tipo yet, because he has enough ink to play the Mufasa. Then ink for turn. Yeah, he takes it back. Okay, that makes sense. He plays the Tipo. He plays 8 for the big Mufasa. Mufasa exerts all of his ink. They're all exerted, so it doesn't really matter. Now he's gonna draw into 2 more cards. We're just gonna pick these 2 at randomly. They felt good, they felt lucky. Now he can ink for turn, and he can ink for Quill, and yeah, drop the Mufasa. Tough board, guys. We need... Yeah, with the Quill makes it possible for him to dime the turn he plays the Mufasa. There's the Mother Knows Best. Puts that back into my hand. And the Muses. So you didn't want to give me the Genie back because of the continuous Mufasa bouncing. But I think we have to fully commit here. Genie can sing the Bruno. Yeah, so we're gonna put that back into his hand. Hopefully we can snipe that, or Under the Sea, which I saw in his hand. I didn't know at the time, but he has an Under the Sea at the hand. That's the worst one we can hit. We play the Diablo. We're gonna fully commit here because we're so close to winning. And we know that Mufasa's still in his hand, so if he plays out Mufasa, he inks, he's gonna put him at 18. Timbo's gonna quest for 19, and there's the Under the Sea. Okay, that's rough. Everything goes back to the bottom of the deck. I shuffled it by accident, and then I realized after, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm sorry. Do you wanna just cut? But yeah, my bad. I was just like so flustered by Under the Sea, setting us back, and I think we're pretty cooked. Our hand is at 2 cards. Yeah, I don't see us getting out of this one. He can drop the Mufasa, play 2 ink, lucky dime, go to 20, and that's game. All right, let's see if we can take this one. We're gonna be on the draw again. I wanted to demo this game. We played 3 games, but it just took so long for the files and editing and doing the 3 games. We might revisit that in the future, playing the full 3 games. But for now, we're gonna keep the 2 games. Best of 2. Also, the format, the Swiss format is, best of 2. So I feel like it makes sense doing this for now. Once I get, a little more support, my wife's helping me with editing. Once we get some solid support and she gets used to the editing and gets comfortable with it, then we might move on to 3. And obviously videos are gonna be a little longer. Okay, but anyways, let's jump straight into the video. We play a hypnotic deduction, reduction, one of those 2. We see the top 3, and we're gonna put the 2 cards from our hand to the top of the deck in any order. So we go for these 2. I don't remember what they are, but Diablo's gonna quest for 2 because we're chilling. I hope he doesn't have the crazy line again. Actually, he doesn't. We saw his hand earlier. Duh. He doesn't have the Fishbone Quill, and I don't think he has the Clarabelle either, right? Okay, he bounces his own Tipo. He wants to ramp with the Tipo now. So that's gonna bounce him back. He's gonna replay it. He is running low on inkable cards in his hand. So I feel like that makes the most sense. He also has an Under the Sea, a Mother's Knows Best, Ice Block, and the Tipo in hand. So he has those 4. So it's looking really good for us. If we can pop off, we should be in a really good position. Unfortunately, we don't see the Diablo shift, but we do have the Clarabelle, big Clarabelle, small Clarabelle, 2 Brawls, and an Ursula. When he gets closer to playing out his Under the Sea, we're gonna play the Ursula to snipe the song from his hand. So he bounces it back one more time, just so he can ink his way up to playing Under the Sea, because my game plan right now is to just go a little more aggro. We drop the Clarabelle and we pop his Popsicle. In case he top decks into a Flavor Sham, we don't want him drawing cards. And we're just full on aggro mode. On turn 5, that was 4. On turn 5, we're gonna drop the big Clarabelle. We're gonna match his Clarabelle. That's nuts. He ended up drawing 3 cards. All right, he's ahead. He's quite ahead right now. But lucky for us, we have something up our sleeves. We have 5 inks, so we can play the big Clarabelle, sing the Bruno, put it back in his hand. Hope we can snipe the Clarabelle. Number 4, Under the Sea. Okay, we don't need the Ursula sniping that out of his hand anymore. I was hoping to hit the Clarabelle. Everything else in his hand was kind of dead. He had a Popsicle, the Ice Block. We have a big Diablo that we drew into at the end of the turn with Clarabelle. We have a Pirate's Life, another big Clarabelle, and an Ursula. So I think next turn, we're at 8. Yeah, we're doing really well in this game, maintaining our board state, being aggressive. We have a lot of questing power on board, and we're gonna use it. Since he doesn't have a developed board, we're definitely keep going in. Bell isn't too much of a threat now. I don't think he's at 10 ink yet. I didn't count it out. When he fans it out, we'll take a look. He only has 2 cards in hand. I think he wanted to play at the Bell so he can reduce his hand size, then play the Clarabelle his next turn. But I think since we're so aggressive and we're just dumping our hand, we have the advantage here, especially with our Diablo on the field. When he draws, we're gonna draw as well. So he's gonna match our hand size, then we're gonna double our hand size. That interaction's kind of crazy. I am a fan of it though, by the way. I do like this Diablo interaction. Clarabelle comes down, he empties out his hand, I think. Okay, so he has 7, he has 3 more ink available. Okay, so he's at 10. So Belle is swinging in for the 5 lore. She has 5 questing power, but he wants to slow me down because I have 2, 4, 5 questing power on board. I ended up drawing with the Diablo as well. So we are stacked. Our hand is stacked. We have a lot of options. Clarabelle isn't too much of a threat here. I wish I can tilt my hand. I don't remember what I have, but I do see the Ursula, a Brawl. We play the Ursula. We don't want any crazy song shenanigans. So this is good. He only has the Tamatoa and a Muses in hand. So this is a really good sign for us. If we can push through questing here, it's gonna put us at 17. We have a lot on board. Name of the game is to quest out, clear his Bell out. So we're in a really good spot. I don't see him clutching this one out. I think it's game, and I think, what does he do? Yeah, we have a Diablo, Brawl, another Clarabelle, and a Robin Hood. Yeah, that's game. GG's, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content. Join the community, leave a like, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment down below if I had any misplays or any lines that you would prefer to take. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you next time.